Hi everyone and welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this adorable baby size pumpkin beanie. And for this project I'm going to be using size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn, and this is just the Big Twist Value brand and the color is burnt orange. And I'll also be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. And we're going to begin this project with a magic circle and we're going to place 12 double crochets inside of it. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, then please check the links in the description because I'll have my stitch tutorials listed down there. And starting from here, we are going to begin a continuous loop pattern, which means we won't be starting and stopping each individual row. So I find it helpful to grab a scrap piece of yarn and I just stick that in my first stitch of every row. So once you have your 12 double crochets inside your magic circle, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 double crochet in our first stitch here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a front post stitch around that same stitch. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So go ahead and find your first post right here. And what you're going to do is yarn over and insert your crochet hook from the front around the back and then back around the front again. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through that post. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops and then yarn over and pull through 2 more. And that's going to be your pattern for the entire row. So you're going to place 1 double crochet in your next stitch and then a front post stitch in that next stitch as well. So every stitch should have a double crochet and a front post stitch. So go ahead and repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have 24 stitches. So starting with this next row, I'm going to show you how we're going to increase every row. So what you're going to want to do is place 1 double crochet in each of your previous row's double crochet stitches. And then when you get to your previous row's front post stitch, which you can see they're kind of ridged up like this, when you get to those stitches, what you're going to want to do is place a double crochet as well as a front post stitch. And so you're just going to continue following that pattern for every single row. So what we're going to do is follow this increasing pattern for 3 more rows. And again, in every stitch where you had a double crochet stitch, you're going to place a double crochet stitch. And in every stitch that was a front post stitch, you're going to place a double crochet as well as a front post stitch. So every row you should increase by 12. So once you place the 3 rows of increasing, you should have 60 stitches. And once you've placed your 3 rows of increasing, it should look like this. So the pattern from here is just going to be to place 1 double crochet in our first 4 stitches and then to place a front post stitch in our 5th stitch. And these stitches should align with the previous row, so if you placed a double crochet in your previous row, you should be placing it now. And if you placed a front post stitch in your previous row, you should be placing it now. So go ahead and follow this pattern for the next 5 rows. And once you're done repeating that pattern for 5 rows, it should look something like this. So now we're going to decrease for 2 rows. So go ahead and place your first 2 double crochets just like normal. And from here we're going to crochet these last 2 stitches together before our front post stitch. So go ahead and yarn over and insert your crochet hook up underneath stitch 3 and yarn over and pull through. Then up underneath stitch 4 and yarn over and pull through. Then yarn over and drop 3 loops and yarn over and drop 2 loops. And then from here we're just going to place our front post stitch like normal. So that's going to be your pattern for the entire row. So you're going to place 1 double crochet in your first 2 stitches and then you're going to crochet together stitch 3 and stitch 4. Then you're going to place a front post stitch in stitch 5. So go ahead and repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done, you should have a total of 48 stitches. And the pattern for the next row is going to be to place 1 double crochet in your first stitch, then you're going to crochet together the 2nd and the 3rd stitch, and then you're going to place a front post stitch in your 4th stitch. And you're just going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done, you should have a total of 36 stitches. And once you get to the end of your row, the pattern is just going to be to place 1 single crochet in each stitch in each row. And you're just going to repeat this to build the body of your brim. And your row should flow seamlessly, so you should just be able to follow this in a spiral pattern until the brim reaches your desired length. I went ahead and followed the pattern of placing 1 single crochet in each stitch in my row for 5 rows. So from here, we're just going to place a slip stitch in our next 5 to 10 stitches. And once you're done with your slip stitches, go ahead and cut and tie off your yarn. And I like to weave my tail in the direction that I was crocheting for a few stitches and then up the inside of the beanie. And this corkscrew vine is very simple to make. All you need to do is attach the yarn to your crochet hook with a slip knot. Then chain 20, and skipping that turning chain, you're going to want to place 3 single crochets in the back loop only of each stitch in your row. And when you get done, you're just going to cut and tie off your yarn. And then I like to secure the 2 ends of the corkscrew vine together by tying them together and then inserting them into my project. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were making this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.